Hello everybody, this is the Goofsome Fox coming at you with two matches here in the Double Zeta Gundam. These are both going to be 650 cost matches here. This first one is going to be a quick match on trenches, and the second one is going to be a custom match from Aqua Vengeance's most recent spectator stream, that being the practicing for the Springtide 2024 one. And yeah, I just wanted to get these two matches out here because I thought they were really good ones, and, well, I'm still really enjoying the Double Zeta Gundam, so, kind of a few things here going into this. Also, mainly trenches for this first match here. Haven't gotten a match with trenches in a while, so, I thought this would be a good opportunity to just kind of make a video centered around this. And I also did decide to add the second one as well, because it's an interesting match for being against an all-support team. But also, I just don't think there's really going to be any other time that I'm going to release those videos separately. So it just seemed like a double feature of some kind would have been the most appropriate thing to do for this. Some might be wondering why this isn't a buffed video, because in the February unit adjustments, the Double Zeta was buffed, but the thing is, it's only the level 2 variant, and I do not own that one. So that's why I'm not doing this as a buffed video of any kind, just because I don't have any experience with the level 2, so really it wouldn't be right for me to cover it at all. So just going to be two standard matches here. I'm going to accidentally knock over my Jagan teammates there while trying to get what looks like a Gunny's Yagdoga. Right now trying to chase after them because they are low on health. Looks like I'm going to be going up here, though. Though also looks like the internet, when I was doing this match, also seems to be acting up a little. So, it's going to teleport them back over there, but I am going to be able to finish them off with the Vulcans at least. I should mention that the Double Zeta Gundam, at least the standard one here, is a native 650 cost general. And it can transform, and it's also got a pretty nice loadout of weapons as well. You have the double barrel beam rifle, which pretty much works like most other beam rifles. You can either do an uncharged shot, or you can do a charged shot to get a stun. You have a large hyper beam saber as your main melee weapon. Very nice weapon with very nice range and damage. It can be slow for the downswing, but if you can land it, like I said, you'll be doing some pretty good damage with it. You have a pair of head Vulcans, pretty standard stuff. You have the back missile pods, which are very nice on this suit. Very nice accumulation stagger, very nice damage, very nice range, and you can fire them while boosting. You have the head mega cannon, and that's a stop to fire weapon. You gotta stop to charge it, then you can fire it, and it's pretty much like how most of the mega beams go. It's gonna be more of the continuous type rather than the one that just does like the damage all at once. And then you have the back beam cannons. Very nice instant stun weapon with very nice range as well. So, yeah, pretty good weapon to have. And then you can also transform to have a few of those weapons as well. Also, just transforming gives you the ability to fly. So if you do need to reach like a higher place, or you just need to get somewhere faster, it does have its uses there. But overall, yeah, I'm still really liking the Double Zeta. I've really been using it a lot more as my main 600, not 600, but my main 650. I don't know what it is about this suit. I think it's just the overall feel of it. I feel really confident when using it, compared to like some of the other 650 suits I like. Like the Psycho Doga, for example, that's a suit that I really like, and it is a really good suit. But there are some times with just certain matches where I'm not really feeling it that much. So, like, in turn, I feel like I don't really do as well while playing it. The Double Zeta Gundam, I feel like I've never really had that issue. Most of the times I play it, I tend to do really well with it for the most part, which is, again, part of that reason why I do really like using it. And especially after the buffs that it's gotten from time and time again, I feel like it became a pretty, like, solid 650 suit. Can't speak for the 700, as I mentioned earlier, but with the buffs that the 700 got, it might be still a decent suit, at least if you don't have like any other options. And, didn't get the Didn't get the downswing there because they did dodge roll out of it for that Toads Ritter there, but was able to finish them off with a neutral or a side by the looks of it. So, yeah, the Beam Saber does have that really nice range for it, so again, another good reason to use this suit. And looks like I was able to get another kill as well. There is somebody on the ground there, looks like it's going to be a Super Gundam. Actually, no, that thing is boosting. I think that might be a... No, that is going to be the Gundam Delta Kai, which is another suit that has actually been buffed recently. And that suit also did get some nice buffs for it. I did make a video about that suit already, where my main complaint really was that the durability still seems pretty low for that suit, but as you can see with the missiles here, yeah, going with the help of my teammate there, looks like it may have been the Jagan there that helped out. Yeah, gonna get a kill there with the missile launchers. There is the Yagdoga. As you can see, looks like with the beam rifle and the saber, was able to do a collective of over 7,000 damage. So very nice damage against raids. Looks like there's somebody over here just spawning in. I'm assuming they must have called support fire. Looks like it might be the Gundam Delta Kai again. So I am running low on HP, so I'm going to try to stay back here. So I do have my biosensor active, so that is going to boost a lot of my stats. So I can move in if the rest of the team is available. I'm also going to be aiming for whoever's on this building right there, because they left themselves pretty open, so I'm going to finish them off there. Was able to get a hit on whatever is in the distance there. Looks like one thing is a support, and I'm assuming the other might be a general, as I'm not seeing anything for type advantage. Okay, so that's the Toads Ritter there. So it looks like in the back, that might be the Super Gundam that I am thinking of. Enemy team is calling support fire. I'm going to try to, well, if I don't get stuck on the trenches, I'm going to try to chase after the Yagdoga here. See what I can do to help. I'm going in with the missiles. Trying to go in for the boost. It doesn't look like it was able to register. And Toads Ritter is going to follow up with a downswing there. So going to try to see if I can boost away. It doesn't look like they destroyed my suit though, so looks like I might be able to safely enter again. Actually, yeah, it looks like I'm going to be able to safely enter because my team was able to finish off the two enemies that were here. So I'm going to see if I can try to get a few repairs in before I make my way over. Not too much though, still running at 1,000 HP, so really got to be careful here. Though our team does have a pretty decent lead, so don't think my suit getting destroyed is really going to cause too much of a discrepancy in the score there. But we're nearing the last few seconds. I'm going to transform and just kind of boost away. Just to kind of stay alive for the last few seconds here. Do a little in-flight dodge, and that's going to be timeout for the first match here. And see how we did here with Trenches mission completed. And looks like it's going to be top in individual and top in damage dealt. First place overall with 8 kills and 1 loss. Not too shabby for the first match there. And now we're going to move on to the match from Aqua Vengeance's stream. And this is going to be the all-support match, also 650. And it's going to be on military base. This was actually a pretty hard match here because, again, an all-support team, and especially on an open map like this, it was a pretty rough start. As you'll see here, I'm already getting hit by a Quez Yagdoga. Then I'm going to get hit with missiles from a Proto-Stark Jagan. And then there's also going to be a Zamel over there on the left that's going to take a few pot shots at me. So as I mentioned, yeah, very rough start for this match here. But it was still a lot of fun though, because really, you don't get to fight against all support teams often, which is pretty understandable because Aqua Vengeance did mention this in the stream for this match actually, that if you're able to push an all support team, then they'll be pretty easy to take out, mainly because they won't have a lot of those close range options to work with. Right now I am trying to use my head cannon, but I don't think I'm really going to be able to use it here, so I just ditched the idea because I am not in the position to really hit anybody with it. Right now I'm working off 203 HP, so I'm going to help out with the Quez Yagdoga there and manage to get the kill there. I'm going to try to move in, but I don't think at this point I'm going to get really that far. I might be able to get in a bit, trying to see if I can use the missiles, but especially with that Zamel there, yeah, it looks like the Zamel is going to finish me off. The Zamel was probably the biggest threat here, especially since it does have the cannon that does have the heavy stagger rounds, so being both a big suit and also a suit that can fly, that is definitely a big risk to me in particular. Though we do have two raids on our team here, that being a Aksaku Commander type and the Narrative Gundam C-Packs, so at least we still do have some suits on the team that can deal with sports. And even then, the rest of our team, we do have a lot of ranged suits. The Atlas Gundam does have the rail cannon, which does have some really good range on it. And then we have a Hyper Mega Launcher Zeta Gundam as our main support. So, again, not a good thing that's going to be able to kind of dish out some damage from a distance. And even with me and the Zeta Gundam here, I feel like I could at least do some, like at some points I could really try to bring in the range damage. But I also did try to move in as well, just to really make use of my beam saber damage. That I think would probably have gotten me the most damage. But I have to be really cautious, as I mentioned. There's the Zamel there, so I'm going to just start pummeling this thing with missiles. Really trying to see if I can get a stun, or just any damage that I possibly can. There's a Silver Bullet Suppressor up there. That is another suit that is a big risk this entire match. Mainly because of that beam magnum that can do a lot of damage to the us generals. And, well, it looks like our team is getting wiped out at the moment, so I'm the last one left at full health, so I'm going to try to make a break for it. And I'm going to use my transformed mode here. Unfortunately, I am going to get knocked out of the sky while I try to fly away, but luckily I did have some cover between me and the enemy team here. Zamel is going to try and move underneath the little building here. Did try to see if I can bait a tackle off of them to try and go for a melee, though it doesn't look like that plan really worked out there. They were able to boost back. There's also somebody up here. I think that might be the Silver Bullets. Oh, there's the B-Team Jessa that was on this match as well. B-Team Jessa at first was a threat, and I think we were able to deal with it though, so didn't really become too much of a hassle as the match progressed. Unfortunately, did hit the Aksaku Commander type there while trying to get the prototype Stark Jagan. Accident on my end, gonna put a sorry in the chat there. Did get finished off by the Silver Bullet Suppressor, unfortunately, but we do have point E at least, so we do have the middle point that we can spawn from. Enemy team does have points A and C though, so they do have those sides that they can spawn from. Looks like the raids are doing a pretty good job trying to go after some of the more problematic supports though, so that's really going to help out for the team here. Did finish off what looks like the Quez Yag Doga again, and gonna try to use my range here to help with the B-Team Jessa. Looks like they're gonna be able to finish him off there. So right now I'm just going to try to move in with the missiles and try to really act more like a mid-range unit for this match here, rather than just trying to go in straight for melee. I felt like going straight in would probably be a bit too much of a risk, so I did want to be careful there, because as I mentioned, am a pretty big suit using the double Zeta, so taking damage is definitely a risk. Did try to see if I could do some damage to the enemy base here, though didn't seem like I was going to be able to do too much before I had to eventually fall back, because well, the rest of the team was already moving, and I didn't want to be caught here alone, so decided to try to fall back with the team. Looks like the enemy team is spawning at the A point anyway, so I'm going to try to use this building here as a vantage point for trying to get a few shots off. Though already doesn't seem like it's going to be too much of a good idea, because the Silver Bullet Suppressor and the Zamel are both on that side. So instead, I'm just going to try to finish off the Quez Doga there, because they were low on health, so it wasn't too much of a hassle for me to just follow up. There is the narrative Gundam C-Packs. Looks like they are in their awakened mode, which should mean they should have access to the heavy attack that they do the range with, so it's going to be highly beneficial if they are able to land it. Looks like there's somebody close to this side here. Might be the silver bullet suppressor. If not, it could be the... oh no, it's going to be the silver bullet suppressor there. But I am going to focus my fire on the Zamel there for a bit. And it looks like they were able to get the heavy attack off there with the narrative. Looks like it may have. I'm not entirely sure because it didn't look like it may have hit. I may have missed it. That stun may have been mine from the missiles. Here I go again trying to use the head laser. I don't think I land any of it for this one because, yeah, I am way too far back. Really, I don't think I'd have the opportunity to really charge it and use it anyway. So that's why I mainly focused on my other weapons here. I'm trying to move in mobile armor mode though, trying to use the missiles. Just accidentally hitting my Atlas there with the missiles though. Luckily it's not a stun weapon though, so didn't really cause too much of a hassle. But looks like somebody called in the EMP there. I forgot to mention, this is actually the basic mode plus, where they gave like the other stuff that you can do at like the beacons. So forgot to mention that for this match here. It's just not a basic match, but we're nearing the last few seconds. Just gonna try to spray a few more missiles in to try and get some extra damage. Don't think I'm gonna be able to finish anyone else off, so just gonna do one more tackle, and that's gonna be timeout mission over. Let's see how we did with this second match here in the Double Zeta Gundam. And doesn't look like I got anywhere on the board this match. Gonna send a few praises to the raids. 6th place overall with 3 kills and 2 loss. Compared to the other one, definitely not one of the best matches I could have gotten with the Double Zeta. Definitely a bit of a disadvantage there with the all-support team, being in a very bulky general, so... in the end, though, it still was a pretty decent match overall, and a pretty fun one, too. As I mentioned at the beginning of that one, really don't get to fight all sport teams that much, so it was pretty fun to join in that stream for a bit, since I think it's been a hot minute since I've joined in one of Aqua Vengeance's streams, so always fun to partake in those. But, yeah, that's going to be the end of those 2 matches there. And that's also going to be the end of this video as well. Don't have too much else to say about this suit, except for that it's, like I said, pretty solid general, and I'm going to continue using the Double Zeta. Hopefully I get the level 2 one day, because I do really want to see how this suit fares at 700. But that's going to be the end of this video here. Comment down below what you think about the Double Zeta Gundam. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And with that, I will see you all in the next one. Later.